So hello everyone. For those of you who've not met me, I'm Craig. I'm 3 days into joining the APCS team. In the spirit of growth and agility, this is also my third day living in New York. So, Kristen just acknowledged it, but a big part of Susan's passion was enabling entirely new forms of art and storytelling on YouTube. And so excited to have Grandpa Bobby and Grandpa Scott here today from Two Gay Grandpa Travel. So they travel the world and document their adventures together. When they celebrated their 1 year anniversary, you had a total of 55 subscribers. It's a good start. But in December, another creator edited a montage of all of their videos, posted across Shorts and a number of other platforms. And let's roll a quick video just to see what happened then.
Hey everybody, it's Grandpa Bobby.
Grandpa Scott.
And we're here today at Natural Bridges National Monument.
Yes, we're celebrating our 1 year birthday as a YouTube channel.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! I forgot the name of the trail.
There's another blooper.
Another blooper roll. All right, let's go. Take 96. Come on.
Make a wish, Grandpa.
I'm making a wish for more happy travels.
And happy travels with you.
Bye, everybody.
Until next time, happy travels.
And travel
with your heart.
Well, the good news is they have a lot more than 55 subscribers now. It's almost up to 100K, and you were recognized as one of our first creators on the rise this year. Woo! So welcome, Grandpas, to get us going.
Thank you.
You recently came back from my home country, the UK. What prompted the trip, and what were some of your favorite parts?
Well, we love to travel, and so we thought we would find somewhere where we could take, we took a 6-week trip just to see different places. So we thought starting with Great Britain and Ireland would be a great opportunity. We'd been to London many times, but hadn't explored much beyond that. But in terms of what we thought was most special, I think we can agree on the same thing.
The people. It's always the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the connections we make with different people from different cultures, learning and understanding their life, what's important to them, where their values are. And also just from a travel perspective, when you speak to local people, they tell you all about the little things and places or places to eat that you wouldn't find in a tour book.
Okay, and I'm not supposed to ad lib, but I'm going to right here. I drove in the UK and Ireland for 6 weeks. On the left side of the road, my very first time, I didn't kill anybody. I didn't run over. I hit no biker. I lost no side mirrors. Yeah.
You're doing better than me when I was driving with you. So that was a pretty incredible moment with the montage that was created of your adventures. How did you get started on YouTube, and what prompted the creation of the channel?
Well, as we said, we are two gay grandpas. We have 2 daughters. We've been together over 45 years, and we have 6 grandchildren aged 10 through 30. And for many years, we lived in Southern California within an hour of all of them. 2 years ago, we decided as a move toward eventual retirement to relocate to Tucson, Arizona. And when we did that, we thought we've got to have a way to stay in touch with these kids. And so Grandpa came up with the idea.
Well, where were the kids? They were on their cell phones. They were on, it's like, so, okay, if we're going to get our ugly faces in front of them, we got to be where they are, right? And so that's how it started. And honestly, knew nothing about how to do this. Nothing. That our first couple of videos indicate that.
So actually our granddaughter came up with the name Two Gay Grandpas. And so these videos were just meant to keep in touch and connect with them and hopefully inspire them to get out. And well, it seems that we've inspired a few more people along the way.
Well, I can talk for a lot of us in the crowd, like we've loved your YouTube shorts, some of your longer form content as well, your early videos as well. And then I think, it seems you're always playing with kind of new platforms and new products as well as part of that. And I think you've become quite kind of the YouTube power users, which is incredible. How have you found learning to use these new products, keeping up to date with everything, and just how have you approached bringing that into your content?
Grandpa Scott is the one who handles all what I call the technical ends. I'm just the on-air talent.
Every video has to have a pretty face.
No, honestly, Scott has done a lot of just
I watched, surprise, a lot of videos on YouTube. Google was a help. Nice plug there, okay?
Yep.
And, I talked to some other content creators, and that was a big help. But it was just getting in there and doing it and not being afraid to make a mistake. And that freed me up to, what's the worst going to happen? I put out a really crappy video,
well,
and we don't go past 55 viewers.
And we get a lot of feedback from our grandkids. For our first videos, they were mainly of the places we were going. And they would say, no, we want to see you in them and be involved. So I guess the lesson is just to reach out, ask for opinions, see what other people are doing.
Yeah. So Grandpa Scott, you have a corporate background as well, and seems like you've kind of reinvented yourself a few times over the years, more than once. How has this mindset influenced your approach to travel, how you live your life?
Okay, yeah. In my family, they tease me and call me Madonna because I reinvent myself about every 6 months. Right? I never want to be bored, and I never want to be boring, okay, quite honestly. I'm going to be right up front with you. And so whether it's travel or corporate life, I always look for the opportunities to move myself forward in some way. Everybody says, you're going to climb up the corporate ladder. If it's a ladder, okay. Sometimes I'll take the fire escape. Sometimes I take the elevator. But I think that's part of it. You want to, no matter whether you're just traveling abroad or traveling through life, take hold of those opportunities that you have to move yourself forward.
He has great curiosity. Over the time of our marriage, he has been a human resources officer. Yeah. He has been a screenwriter. He has been a real estate broker. He has been a candidate for the California State Assembly.
Twice.
And I have just held one job to keep the roof over our heads.
Been a DJ, community mental health worker. Did you say screenwriter?
Yeah, I got screenwriter.
Okay, thank you. Own my own business as a real estate broker. Yeah.
He's done a few things.
Did that help on that question, Craig?
It absolutely did. Well, then I'm going to ad-lib a bit back at you now. So what's the one piece of advice you would give on anyone thinking about their own reinvention as well, or who's thinking about
I'll say that one. Don't quit the day job. Please.
No, that's not. The big thing is, do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking out at you guys as much as I can in the dark in my blind eyes, but we've all been given this wonderful gift called life, okay? And you have some choices in it. You can sit around and stagnate, or you can get off your butts and get out there and go for everything you can. Yeah, sometimes you're going to fail, but that's all right. A lot of times you're not going to fail. So don't be afraid to move. I love the whole thing about agility and creativity and movement, because apply that not only in your travels, but also in your work life and just your regular life. The great saying is, don't wait for God. Move out there, go explore and have fun.
I'm going to stick with that for a second. There's a bit of a list now, much like your CV. So you've traveled the world, started a YouTube channel, started a podcast that's very successful and growing, and done a lot more, it seems. So in between all these leaps as well, and the unexpected opportunities to connect with your audience, how do you approach just taking that first step?
Well, you kind of leap sometimes. A lot of times what we do next is a reaction to what came before. So when we've been doing our YouTube videos, we've been getting a lot of comments back from people saying, well, we would like to learn more about you. Yeah. We'd like to learn about you beyond just travel. And that's what prompted the podcasts. Mm-hmm. So, many times the next step forward is a reaction to what came before, and just listening and getting input as to where we think it should go. And we're still looking for opportunities, ways to grow. We're very new, as we said, we've only been doing this for about not even 2 years. And we're always growing and changing and looking for new ways to keep out there and connect with people.
When we were kind of talking ahead of the session today, you mentioned quite a lot of the kind of connection and messages that you were getting as feedback from your community as well. Would you be happy just to share a little bit about that with us?
Oh, boy, yeah. That's amazing what happened. The messages, both private and public, that we get from folks, and this desire to connect. We're two gay men, gay grandfathers, and we had a lot of people say, I didn't have my grandparents, they died, or my grandfathers disowned me when I came out. And even those in the non-gay community share, I didn't have my grandparents, and I just love watching you and hearing you and thinking about that's what being a grandparent will be. And then there's the other people that have approached us, which was a bit of a shock, going, you've made me feel like I don't have to be afraid to grow old. You do not have to be afraid to grow old, all right? You don't. It's going to happen, all right? It's going to happen. But the thing is, keep that child inside of you. Keep that wonderful little kid that rode the bike, that did the tire swing, whatever. Keep that little kid alive at work, in your travels, in your life, in your relationships. Mm-hmm. Keep that kid healthy and alive.
Just because you grow old doesn't mean you have to grow up.
So that leads me on very nicely that your motto is travel your heart.
Yeah.
And I think, we've just heard it there, your positive outlook on life is very inspiring. We had a running bet whether or not I would be crying by the end of the fireside, by the way, so the jury's still out. But could you just share a little bit about how your experiences have actually shaped that kind of perspective as well?
Yeah, actually, it started actually from a point of sadness. Scott and I lived in San Francisco through the AIDS crisis in the 1980s and 90s. And during that time, we lost 50 of our closest friends. None of them lived to be 40. Scott and I are the only couple that survived. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that changes you. Now, you can either be very pessimistic, very negative, but we looked at each other and said, good Lord, we're survivors. We survived for a reason. What a gift this life is. And ever since then, we have taken every day as a gift, as an opportunity to explore, to see things, to live. So we made a pact that we were going to live for them, that we were going to see things through our eyes for them. Yeah. And literally, that's how we came up with our model, Travel Your Heart, because we take them in our heart with us wherever we go.
Getting closer.
Didn't mean that bring us all down.
I'm going to owe you those dollars by the end of it. I want to thank you for sharing that and just keeping what a wonderful way to kind of keep their memories with you in a very special way. So thank you for sharing with us. Coming back to travel, and you've been off to a lot of far-flung places now. I know you've been on quite a long tour over the summer as well. But have you ever been to a destination that was maybe not what you expected, or where you expected one thing and something else happened?
Oh yeah, this one.
Picture this. We should be in a kitchen around it and some cheesecake. Oh, some of you are old enough to remember that. Okay, thank you. It was Germany. We were on a 1-month driving trip, and we stopped to take a cruise down the Rhine River, and I decided that I have to be in the hospital. So I'm in Heidelberg and hospitalized. I was having some heart issues, and so I'm okay. I'm in the hospital, but I'm worried about this guy because our hotel room was up. It's summer. It's a university town. There's not a lot of housing. I did not know what was going to happen to this guy, but agility, okay, creativity. What'd you do?
I just turned my big brown eyes on the poor innkeeper, and it seemed they had a room at the top of the garret. I swear it was like something out of a Cinderella story. I could literally reach out and touch, but I just explained to them that he had heart issues, our stay was up, but can you help us out? And sometimes, even though there's a language barrier or a change, if you're authentic with people and just honest, people are really good inside inherently. I truly believe that. And they helped us out for those 2 days. We never did see the Heidelberg Castle, which we have to get back to. But what we found is we adapt. You adapt to the circumstances, and fortunately we had travel insurance.
Do we have time for me to share what I did in the hospital? Thanks. Here's an example of good things that can sometimes come out of things that may not be so good. I'm in a double room, and I'm with this wonderful older guy who's about 85, and between my fractured German, his fractured English, I learned that he had been in the East German Army, when there was an East and West Germany. And he shared so much with me that I took mental notes. And at some point, oh, this is going to be good for you. You're going to love this. At some point, 2 gay grandpas travel are going to write a book. And some of these stories and our adventures will be in that.
You're just toying with me now.
Yeah.
So that leads me quite nicely on to the next question which we had, which is actually in the spirit of kind of growth and the extraordinary journey that you've had so far in actually such a short time. What's coming up next? So the book, I guarantee there'll be a load of pre-orders in the room. But yeah, what else are you thinking about for the channel and yourselves?
Don't ask Tim, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. First of all, thank you. Thank you for the honor of inviting us here. You don't know what it means to us. I mean, we're just 2 old farts, okay? So thank you. We're still pinching ourselves, quite honestly. But we have planned up 2025, which will include a cruise. We've got, at the end of the year, we're going back to Europe for Christmas markets, and we'll be doing a whole bunch of videos on that.
It's his 75th birthday. It's my present to him.
I know I don't look a day over 85. We'll be doing a cruise in the Mediterranean in June, plus, based upon feedback from many of our followers and subscribers, we're in the process of organizing our first group cruise. And so look for that.
And we're also open for opportunities. As you know, so much in our life has changed that we enjoy speaking in front of people. We want to go different places, try different things. So we're going to allow ourselves open and see what life brings to us.
So there's 2 more questions, and we'll wrap up. But in that same vein, then, what gets you most excited about the future?
The unknown. Just the exciting. I mean, as Scott said, we never like to be bored, and trust me, living with this one, you're never bored.
True.
But we just look at every day, there's a new opportunity, there's something new. I mean, if you had told us 2 years ago where we would be now, we wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah.
We were just looking toward, well, we're going to be retiring and maybe we'll do some more traveling. Well, we hadn't thought it was going to go to this sort of extreme. So the future is great opportunities.
It'll come up, and if we'll just, does that sound neat? Yeah, because that's the way we approach driving when we're on a driving. We don't book everything. If we see a hill town, let's go.
Yeah, and he'll find the 5-star hotel. But I think the greatest strength is that we face it together.
Yeah.
Whether the future brings challenges, difficulties, or great things, our strength is in our partnership.
I can't imagine going through life without this.
You better
guy
not.
next to me.
So there's one more question, but I'm just going to do a quick kind of off script. So APCS crew, hands up if you love the 2 Gay Grandpas.
Thank you, guys.
So I hope you see some appreciation there from us. I'm going to hand the mic back over to you. If you could each share one closing piece of advice for us as you heard the setup, as we go into this next chapter of our workshop together and we spend the time, what would each of you say to encourage us to take a bit of that spirit for our journeys?
You want me to? You guys have a phenomenal opportunity here. I wish that my corporations or the companies that I had worked for had been like this. They weren't. So what I would like to encourage you is do not fear, all right? Everybody fears rejection, fear of failure. I mean, it's normal. But don't take that fear and let it stagnate you. Don't let that fear scare you off of taking risks. Take the energy that you feel emotionally, spiritually, mentally, in that fear that you get. You feel it in your gut, you feel it in your muscles. Take that energy and transform it into that positive movement forward, and you'll be amazed what you can accomplish. So don't fear, don't let it control your lives. Take control of it.
And what I would say is, don't let the imposter syndrome trip you up. If you know of anybody who's accomplished anything in life, they'll always have a moment where they say, they're gonna find out I really don't know what I'm doing. I mean, you look at us. We're 2 little old gay men dressed up like
good and plenty
candy. Sitting in front of all these brilliant minds thinking to ourselves, what the heck are we doing here? But you can't let that self-doubt, everybody will have self-doubt. Don't let it get in your way. Each of you has something unique and amazing to offer. So just find that spark inside. Don't let fear get in your way. Always just be authentic. And we have a saying that, whether you're traveling around the world or whether you're traveling through life, always travel your heart. Thank you. Sit down. Thank you.
You guys.
Thank you.
So a massive thank you to the Grandpas.
Oh,
have a great
if
one.
you're not following us on YouTube, follow us.
Yeah.
And remember to subscribe.
Yeah.